Hello. How are we this afternoon? Are we good? Yes, you can, some thumbs up. Do you guys remember what we're talking about today?
Animal print.
No, I see some head shakes. No. Today we are talking about paws and prints, and we're going to learn about animal tracks and how to identify them as part of our nature week. Okay, I'm gonna wait just another minute or two to see if other people show up, and then we will get started. All right, let's go ahead and get this ball rolling. I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, here we go. Like I said before, today we are going to talk about tracks and prints. So who knows what I'm talking about when I say animal tracks and prints? Yeah, Devin, what do I mean by that? Lana, would you like to explain?
Animal.
Trent, stop it.
Animal.
Oh, would you like to say that again, hun? Sorry.
Footprints made by animals.
Yeah, footprints made by animals. Good job. So, wildlife and what they leave behind is what we're going to talk about today. When animals move through their environment, they leave behind tracks and prints. Using these tracks, we can learn a lot about the animals that left them behind. What animal is it? Where were they going? How fast were they moving? We can all answer these just by looking at their tracks that they leave on a surface or in a material. The picture I have today, what animal left those tracks? I think, Lana, you said it, but you're muted.
A person.
A person, yep. Yep. All right. So the environment is important when we're looking and talking about tracks and prints. The material that the print is left behind in can help determine the type of animal that left it. Sand, mud, dirt, snow, different animals live in different environments. Yes, Devin, do you have a question, hun? Go ahead and unmute yourself.
I know what animal the middle one is from. It's a snake.
You think it's a snake? That's a really good guess. We're gonna find out what it is later.
First one's a fox.
You think the first one's a fox? You guys are all making really good guesses. We're gonna find out soon. I'm gonna teach you how to properly identify all these tracks, okay? You're doing a great job. All right, so here is the step-by-step process on how to identify tracks. First, you want to measure the size of the track. Is it really small? Is it really big? That's important to know what kind of animal it is. Then you measure the stride and straddle between tracks. So how wide are the feet, or how close together are they? How far apart are the tracks? Do they walk really tiny, or do they take really big steps? That can also help you determine how fast they were moving. Count the toes, claws if you see them, and find the heel, like what's pressing in. And then follow the tracks to see where they lead. But if you do that, if you go out into your yard after this lesson and you want to follow some tracks that you see, if it leads to a den, don't mess with them, okay? Don't mess with an animal's resting place or den. It's important to understand. Okay, so now we're gonna practice a little bit. I have some pictures of tracks, and I want you guys to try and guess what you think the animal is.
A rabbit?
A rabbit? Any other guesses?
A fox.
Maybe a fox? Devin, why do you think it's a rabbit? What about this?
It looks like about the size of a rabbit. I know that a rabbit, I believe, has 2 big front feet and 2 little feet in the back.
Yeah, those are some good reasons. Lana, why do you think it's a fox? Make sure you unmute yourself, hon.
Because of the size of the paw prints.
Because of the size? Nice. Do we have any other guesses? Blake says no. All right. Devin, you're probably closest. This is actually a squirrel. So squirrels and other jumping rodents land with their hind feet in front. So the 2 big ones right here are actually its back paws. And these are its front paws, the little ones are, because they jump, they replace themselves. Squirrels have 4 toes on their front paws and 5 toes on their back paws. So if you look, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 on this front paw, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this back paw. And again, they kind of sit in a squat position, so their back feet are actually in front. That's confusing. And squirrels leave prints mostly in snow and mud. You probably won't see these in your front yard because they usually like to run through grass, right? And grass, they don't leave tracks. Rabbit prints look very, very similar to this too. So that's why you were very close, Devin. Good job. All right, what about this?
A bear, possibly?
Maybe a bear?
A dog.
A dog?
Oh, a Bigfoot?
A Bigfoot? Yep. So these are dog tracks. So good job, Lana. These are dog tracks. Dogs leave tracks everywhere. How many of you guys have a dog? Yeah, Lana has a dog. I have a dog. My dog likes to run out in our yard because our yard has a lot of dirt, and then she tracks her little dirty paws all over our floor so we can see them everywhere. So they leave tracks everywhere, muddy little prints even on the inside. And dogs have heart-shaped heels. So this part right here is the heel. See how it kind of looks like an upside down heart? Or a 3-point. So you got 1 point here, 1 point here, and 1 point here. 1, 2, 3. They have toes, 4 toes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they usually leave claw marks. So you can kind of see where their claws were digging in, or their toes were digging in. This is a dog print. Very nice. All right, next one. Oh.
Are those cat prints?
Cat?
Since they're a little
Cat,
smaller.
possibly?
Cat? Yep, you guys are right. This is a cat. What makes you think it's a cat?
It's smaller.
Mm-hmm.
And they're together like a cat standing.
Yeah, cats like to stand with their feet really, really close together, right?
Yeah.
You're correct. This is a cat. Cat tracks. It's also small. This is a dime, right? So cats have smaller paws and they leave tracks that are closer together, right? Or when they walk one foot in front of the other like this. Yeah, so they're gonna leave them closer together. What's your question, Devin?
Why is there a dime?
The dime is to show size. Do you know how big a dime is?
Not really.
Not really, it's about that big. They're really small. It's just there to show scale. Because if we didn't have that dime there, then it would be hard to tell how big the prints were. And cats also have a wider heel. So this is their heel. And it's different shaped than a, dogs have triangular heels or heart-shaped heels. Cats have 5-point heels. So they have 3 points on the bottom, 1, 2, 3. You can kind of see it easier here. And then 2 on top, 1, 2. And then they don't leave claw marks because their claws retract, right? They only put their claws out when they need them. So if they're just walking, they're gonna have their claws retracted. All right, what about these?
Deer?
Deer?
It's either deer or moose.
Or moose, yeah. A hooved animal?
Or a horse.
Could be
Or horse.
caribou.
Yeah. So these are deer tracks, but you guys are very smart in assuming that it was a hooved animal, right? We're not dealing with an animal that has paws, but an animal that has hooves. So yep, deer hooves leave strong shapes in the ground because they're nice and solid, right? And these ones are deer tracks, crescent-shaped imprints. Deers usually leave prints in the mud and snow, especially in wooded areas, right? Deers are usually where the trees are. Deers also leave other droppings. Okay. So animals that are not common in Nebraska, how many of you guys can identify these tracks? Devin, what's this first one? Do you know?
Anaconda?
Anaconda. Okay, good guess. Any other guesses for this first one right here?
A turtle.
A turtle, that's right. This is a sea turtle because they kind of have to wobble through the ground. Their shells drag on the ground and then their flippers make little tracks like that. They kind of look like tire tracks too. Very unique. All right, what about this middle one?
A snake?
Yep, any other guesses? Donna, Blake, Kaden? Do you think he's right? Blake says yes. You are right. This is a snake. And snake leave all kinds. A sidewinder is going to leave a very different type of track. All right, and then this last one over here. What do you think that one is?
Possibly is it another snake?
Maybe a snake? Not quite.
I wonder if it might be some type of worm or something, or a lizard.
Mm-hmm. You're more correct with a worm. It is very small.
A bug.
A bug.
A
Yeah,
caterpillar?
close. It's a beetle. A beetle leaves these tracks. All of their little legs crawling on the ground make silly little tracks like that. And these tracks are very small and usually only visible in the desert, a very, very sandy desert. All right, other animals. These ones might be a little bit easier. What's this first one?
A person.
Think maybe a person?
A bear.
A bear. Yep, these are bear tracks. Bears have nice big heels. If you guys go like this with your hand, it looks very similar to a bear paw. Yep, nice. What about this middle one?
A dog.
You think another dog?
Another cat.
Another type of cat. This is a mountain lion or a puma.
So
They
it's
have, yeah, it would be another cat. You're right. It would be a big cat. Again, cats have these wider heels, and then they don't leave claw marks. All right, and then this last one over here is kind of fun. What leaves that kind of print?
A
a
chicken.
bird.
Yeah, a bird or a chicken. I'm not sure what kind of bird left these tracks, but we know it's a bird, right? With the funky feet. All right. So today's lesson was kind of short, but that's because I want you guys to go outside and try your hand at tracking some animals and identifying some tracks. You can either try this in your backyard or go on a walk with your parents or whoever, maybe some friends, and see if you can find some tracks outside. I want you to see if you can identify them and then take a picture. Okay? That's your apply today. You can also try and draw some of the tracks as well. I would practice your dog and cat tracks first if you would like to do that. But there's lots of activities you can do with tracking animals. Yeah. Do you guys have any questions for me? No? Okay. Yep, today was a really quick one. We'll probably do more tomorrow. I want to say tomorrow is about poisonous animals and plants. So that will be lots of fun. We'll learn some new information and have fun with that. All right. Have a great rest of your afternoon, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Elizabeth will be teaching a lesson at 3, so you can pop over there for that one as well. All right. Bye.